What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get into this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now officially come to a close, and now we are on the road to 500 subs. Maybe we might get there by the end of the year, who the fuck knows. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, the possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever collector's rare. Because if you guys forgot about my Genesis Impact box opening, which if you guys did, I recommend you guys check it out. Excuse me, I pulled this. A collector's rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. I'm pretty sure the price has gone up a little bit, so I'm definitely going to be getting this graded at some point. Not really sure when though, but I am going to be getting it graded. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which ties into this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, which is this: who do you guys want to see step up to Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day for the Undisputed Tag Team titles? Let me know down in the comments below, and let's get to it, because there's been a lot of rumors going around, you know, circling the Judgment Day, including a possible second female member of the Judgment Day. And before we get into that, I actually have been having this in my hand for a while. It's Prime Meta Moon. I'm actually gonna try this out. I know some people have said that Meta Moon is, you know, tastes a bit too sweet, but let's try it really fast. I mean, it smells good. Let's see. It kind of tastes like cotton candy a little bit. If you really think about it, it kind of tastes like kind of like maybe like blue raspberry cotton candy, I guess. I don't know. That's a weird one. That's a bit of a weird one. But anyway, yeah. There's been a lot of a lot of rumors circling around the Judgment Day, including a possible second female member of of the Judgment Day, JD McDonough potentially being a full-fledged member of the faction as well, and also the rumors of who could potentially be the weakest link of the Judgment Day, which I don't think there is any weak links. Like maybe Dominic Mysterio could be a weak link. I don't know, but again, there's a lot of rumors, and one of the biggest rumors is again, as I had just mentioned, a possible new female member, which a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be Cora Jade, which honestly that could be a possibility. But there's rumors as well that it could also be Liv Morgan. A surprise would be Liv Morgan returning to WWE and costing Raquel Rodriguez the Women's World title later on tonight on Raw, as Raquel will challenge Rhea for the Women's World title. Now again, there have been a lot of rumors that Liv Morgan could potentially be medically cleared and is at 100% and is ready to come back to action. Which, if that is possible, she could potentially return to Raw and cost Raquel the chance to become the Women's World Champion, which is a possibility. But here's the other thing. We haven't seen Cora Jade in months. We haven't seen Liv Morgan in only a month. So that right there says a lot. It makes you think about. Hang on, guys. Let me fix my. There we go. Sorry, guys. I had to fix my camera again. There. Anyway, it makes you think about who could potentially be the newest member of the Judgment Day. And again, it could be Liv, but because that we haven't seen Liv in maybe a month or two, it's possible. But then again, we haven't seen Cora Jade since what, the beginning of the summer? Was it? Yeah, it's like right around the beginning of the summer, and it's possible she could potentially join, but who knows? But as far as JD McDonough goes, he's been helping out the Judgment Day quite a bit as of late. In fact, if it wasn't for JD McDonough, Balor and Priest never would have become Undisputed Tag Team Champions, which ties into the question, who's next? Who could be next in line to face Balor and Priest for the Undisputed Tag Team titles? And honestly, there's only 4 teams that I can see with that potential. The LWOs, the LWOs, either Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar, or it could also be the LWOs Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. So it's one of those 2 teams, but there's also the Viking Raiders and potentially the Street Profits as well, which is a very high possibility that we could see one of those 5 teams challenge Balor and Priest. For those tag titles, as we move closer and closer to Fastlane, which I believe is going to be at the end of the month, I think it is. So there's a lot of BS going on, guys. But I think out of all 5 of those teams, Santos and Rey, Wild and Del Toro, the Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, and of course Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You have to look at this from WWE's perspective, because for one, the Viking Raiders have been they've been pretty dominant as of late, and I mean with their victories over both the New Day and of course Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle, all who are former tag team champions, one could assume that we could see the Viking Raiders challenge Balor and Priest for those tag team titles. But one thing that we also have to be mindful of is also some of the other tag teams that are in WWE. Tag teams like Pretty Deadly. Tag teams like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. That that's a new team that's been showing up as of late. You got teams like tag teams like Alpha Academy, Imperium, just to name a few others. So knowing Balor and Priest, they're definitely gonna be fighting champions, and I think that's what the fans are expecting. The fans are expecting to see Finn Balor and Damian Priest defend their titles at every single chance that they're given. So could the Viking Raiders receive that, the chance to face Balor and Priest? Yes, it's highly possible. But the biggest con of that matchup is obviously the numbers game. The Viking Raiders only consists of Eric, Ivar, and Valhalla. Judgment Day, you got Balor, Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley, and also JD McDonough. Technically JD has been... excuse me. Technically JD McDonough is a member of the Judgment Day. So with that kind of matchup, no cap, no bullshit. It's obviously gonna be Judgment Day reigning supreme. Then of course you got the LWO. Obviously when it comes to the LWO, they're basically evenly matched. They both have a female member in the group, and they both got 4 male members in their group, which again, the LWO, you got Zelina Vega, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, Santos Escobar, and the current United States champion, the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. And then of course, Judgment Day, as I talked about, you got McDonough, you got Dom, you got Rhea, you got Balor, you got Priest. They're basically evenly matched. So with that matchup, it would come down to who would be able to use the numbers game first, and it would most likely be the Judgment Day. Then of course you've got as well the Street Profits. That right there would be a matchup I would love to see, because you look at the Street Profits, they're like one of the only tag teams in WWE to hold the Raw, SmackDown, and the NXT tag team titles in a single tag team career. New Day are the exact same way. They're the only tag team in history to hold the Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and WWE tag team titles in a single career. That right there is impressive. When it comes to winning tag team gold, the New Day are Grand Slam champions. hands down. So don't get me wrong, New Day, obviously they've been incredible. They've had such a crazy run, but with Woods out of the picture, Kofi is going at it alone, and now it comes down to what tag teams are left. What tag teams are left because almost every single tag team in WWE have basically been taken out due to injury. So there aren't a whole lot of tag teams, but there's still some left. Obviously, Street Profits I mentioned, which Street Profits, they can go the distance with Balor and Priest, and it would come down to who exactly would pull the trigger first and pick up that victory. Honestly, Street Profits could pull it off, as could Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They still have a rematch for those tag titles, even though KO and Sami said that this would be the last time. Technically, they're still owed a rematch. So the question becomes, who should become next in line to face the Judgment Day for those tag team titles? And honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I would have to say the Street Profits. I think with Tez and Dawkins having aligned themselves with Bobby Lashley, who's a former 2-time WWE champion, a former 3-time United States champion, a former 2-time Intercontinental champion, a former 2-time ECW champion. With all those accolades, one could assume that Lashley and the Profits, they have that potential to take over the entire WWE, but they have to get past the Judgment Day first, because even though the Bloodline is still going in WWE, the Bloodline's basically crumbled. Sami Zayn stabbed Roman Reigns in the back with a steel chair. Jey Uso pinned Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank in London, and is now a part of the Monday Night Raw roster. Jimmy Uso stabbed his own twin in the back at SummerSlam in Detroit, and technically he wants back in the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa, he's the enforcer to Roman Reigns, so he's still in it, and Paul Heyman, he's still the wise man. So the Bloodline, even though they're still going at it, they've basically crumbled. It's starting to real slowly started to crumble, but many people are speculating that the Bloodline story has gone on for far too long, and they need some way to end it, which honestly, I don't blame that. I don't blame the fans for thinking that way, but I think this is all part of the ploy to try and get Roman Reigns to lose the Undisputed Universal title, which, as far as who could be that person, who the fuck knows? All we know now is the Judgment Day holds all the gold. They now basically run WWE, and now Lashley and the Profits want to take over. So even though Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are technically owed a rematch for those tag team titles, it has to be the Street Profits, because we haven't seen them challenge for those tag team titles in literally a year. In fact, SummerSlam last year, they challenged the Usos for those tag team titles, and they lost. The Profits lost. So they're definitely owed another shot at those tag team titles. So I think, honestly, it has to be the Street Profits, because if it's not them, if it's not the Street Profits, I can guarantee you that it's not going to be pretty. It ain't, with Judgment Day running WWE, it ain't going to be pretty. So who do I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be the Street Profits. But that brings us to the end of this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.